Hey Stampers, it's Brandy here, and I have a guest with me today, my team member and dear friend, Tracy Travis.
Hi everyone.
And Tracy, you are with Stampin' Queen Bee, right?
I am.
Yeah, and so she is she's on my team and another demonstrator. I'm so excited that she is here with me. We're getting ready to go. Where are we going?
On stage.
Yeah, so exciting. So
so much fun.
We are going to have a ball. So Stampin' Up on Stage is our convention, if you will, and it's in Raleigh, North Carolina. And so today is Sunday when we're filming this, but she and I are going to be leaving on Wednesday, along with Amanda and Tanya. We are headed out. We're going to have so much fun, and I reached out to Tracy and I said, hey, why don't you come craft with me and stay with me for a couple days?
Who wouldn't say yes to that?
That's pretty sweet. So we've been having a lot of fun, and I feel like we have our own play date in here.
I know. It's so fun.
It has been so much fun. And one of the things that she and I talked about is the new online exclusive products.
So nice.
They're so good. And so what do you have there?
This is our Thankful Garden.
Yeah, so the Thankful Garden, was that called the Thankful Garden Suite? I think so. And so it came with designer series paper. It has dies and it's got masks, right?
So much fun.
So fun. And we also have the mini corrugated folder. So she and I were like, okay, so we're going to take those products and she's going to make 3 cards and I'm going to make 3 cards. So that's like 6 ideas.
Double the fun.
Holy moly. And we're going to make a couple cards for you today. And then, of course, show you all of the cards that we made. And we also have a tutorial that we've put together of all those cards for you as well. And so you'll be able to find those on Tracy's blog, Stampin' Queen Bee, as well as Brandy's Cards. So it will be available for you to download for lots of ideas and inspiration. And of course, as we're showing you these cards, if you are enjoying our cards, be sure to give us a thumbs up, right? And subscribe, and be sure to go over to Stampin' Queen Bee and subscribe to her channel as well for some more inspiration, right?
Right.
Awesome. Okay, so without further ado, I'm so excited. When Tracy, when we started to set up for this video, we actually posted a behind the scenes on our Patreon site, and we were kind of talking about the different cards that she created and the different cards that I created. And I thought it was amazing because the cards that you did, you had a different spin on it.
I know. It's so fun. And you use different products?
Yes. I use different products. I had just kind of a different idea. So we have, how many ways did we count that we used these today?
I don't even know.
4 or something? 5?
Something like that.
Yeah. So, and when I say that, we have these masks. So here, let me show you in the camera this product. So this is the Thankful Garden, and this is the dies. Okay, and so you've probably seen demonstrators already demonstrating this product. It's absolutely beautiful. This flower is gorgeous. It is larger than it looks like on the case here. And so the dies, die cut the flower here, this flower, and then you've also got some other dies in here as well. So you can kind of see, you can also die cut, this guy actually die cuts a little segment of the flowers in this flower. And I believe this one does this flower. So lots of fun that you can have with that. These floral sets are just gorgeous. And then Tracy's handed me the masks. So the masks are numbered. I think they're 1 through 5. Or is that right? Yes, 5 if I can count. And mine are completely out of order because I have been oh my gosh.
Having so much fun.
Oh my gosh, I have used every color of my color family. I've used them all. So anyway, we're going to show you, I actually, you know what? I'm going to just tell our friends that I don't think we actually used blending brushes.
I don't think we did.
I don't think we did, but stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. There'll be more coming, and we have more, cards that we're going to share with our blending brushes and showing you how we colored that, right?
Right.
But today, we've got a whole bunch of other ideas, so I think that's super cool. All right, so I'm going to just set this over here by you, Tracy, if that's okay.
Of course.
And let's show everybody this beautiful paper. So this is called Lovely Garden. And it is a 12 by 12 designer paper. It's absolutely stunning. I think it's gorgeous. What would you say is your favorite pattern on here, Tracy?
I think it's this green and
I think
yellow.
so too. I love that one. However, Tracy said to me today, she's like, she goes, I hand cut all of these beautiful flowers out. And I mean, that's amazing. You guys know I loved a fussy cut, and she blew me away. Like, she cut all those out. That was amazing. So, and I love these type patterns too.
Yes.
I like these kind of patterns. So, really, really pretty designer series paper. It's called Lovely Garden, and it also coordinates with this suite, right?
Right.
So I'm going to set that over there. And if you want to hand me that, we'll end up using that here in just a minute. So let me show you the card I'm going to teach you today. So this is my card, and I used this fabulous mini corrugated embossing folder. It is a 3D folder. It is fantastic. I absolutely love this folder, and I think y'all will too. It's kind of like a staple I think everybody should have. But I ended up using, can you guess? Yeah, I used stamping blends for my card. So I'm going to show you how I did this. And I used my folder here in the back. Then, of course, I stamped my greeting. And did you notice the "You Make a Difference" around the edge? I just thought that was a really cool touch. Really fun, something a little bit different and unique. I do like to stamp my backgrounds most often. And then on the inside, I followed it through with the "You Make a Difference" and just added my white and a flower. So here, let me show you how I created my card and what you're going to need. And I'm going to bring in some of my Stampin' Blends. And Tracy, I might have to put you up to doing some cutting for me here in a minute. How about that?
Got it.
Okay. So let's see. I've got to get myself organized. And so it's funny. I love to layer on white card bases. So I'm going to start out with a white card base, but then I'm going to bring in some Granny Apple Green. Now on the Granny Apple Green, I'm going to stamp Garden Green. Yeah, I'm going to go Garden Green. Now, if I did Granny Apple Green on top, that would probably work, but it would be a lighter color. So I really wanted it to, I wanted more contrast, if you will. So that's why I went with the darker green. So don't be afraid to give that a try and stamp other colors that you think, well, maybe they don't go together very well. They might not, but when you stamp on that colored cardstock, it's usually quite nice. Now, I'm going to go ahead and bring in my, hold up here. I'm going to bring in my scrap paper. So, do you need this in here? Probably not. I could stamp this with and without it, but I am going to get started with it to kind of show you that if you're nervous about like, okay, where am I stamping this? The only thing is you don't want to get any ink on your block because then you'll get it on your embossed piece. So it might make more sense just to try to do it without. And I'm just lining up the "You Make a Difference" along the bottom edge of my card stock. And then I'm just lining it up and just kind of finishing it off there. And now I'm going to turn it and I'm going to stamp it one time. Now, when I did this, I wanted to kind of line up the difference, the E, with the end of my cardstock. So I'm going to just kind of do it that way. And then I'm going to flip it and I'm going to do it again over here. So, and then I'm lining up my Y up at the top. See? What do you think of that, Tracy? Isn't that cool?
Amazing.
Isn't that fun? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I like to do stuff like this all the time. And I like to do it on my envelopes a lot. And I noticed one of the cards that you have to share today, you did something similar, but I won't give it away. I'll let you share it. But I loved how you did it. And I'm not going to give it away, so I won't say anything more. I'm done. I'm going to zip it. But really fun. I loved it. Okay, so that's my inside piece. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and have you clean that because I think you're going to use that next, right? Whoop, sorry about that. Okay, so actually I'm going to need Garden Green again, so let's leave that open. So now I have those two pieces done. I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment while I have my Garden Green out here. And I'm going to go with "Thankful for You, Friend." And we're just going to hopefully, well, let's bring this in here. So hopefully this was our inky pad. I know I had one that was not inky. Generally, I try to stamp it first, but that worked out just fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and close this. Now what you're going to need is you are going to need Memento Black because I'm going to use my Stampin' Blends. I do have Old Olive here. When I colored it earlier, I was practicing with Tracy, and I didn't actually use the old olive when I practiced it. But you can certainly do that if you want. I'll show you both ways. What I've done is I've stamped my flower, and I'm going to go ahead and color that for you. I have Daffodil Delight here, pumpkin pie and granny apple green, and like I mentioned, I do have that old olive. So I'm going to start out with my light pumpkin pie. And you know, Tracy, you could probably, wouldn't you agree that you could probably use, what is it, peach pie? If you wanted,
I think so.
yeah, if you wanted something maybe a little bit lighter even. Would you think it's a little bit lighter than maybe the light pumpkin pie?
I think so.
Yeah.
A little bit lighter.
I think so too. So I just happened to think about that, but I guarantee when we finish, I may try that, just to kind of give, you know, another effect. Now I'm using my Stampin' Blends. There's all kinds of different ways to use your Stampin' Blends, and everybody has their own style. This is quite a big open image. And so what I'm doing is I don't mind kind of the white. Now the original card I did, I actually colored it all in. And so I'm going to show you the difference. And then of course you can practice and do it how it fits your fancy at home. Okay. So for those of you that are watching, you can kind of color it how you would like. And one of the reasons that I'm trying to sort of avoid some of the black is for, you know, just to kind of, so it doesn't, if you've ever been coloring with your blends and they're really full and you kind of get sort of maybe kind of a bleeding type of look, it doesn't always happen, but if you spend too much time on the black, sometimes that can happen, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm just kind of adding some dark on those areas, and I'm going to show you how I blend that in. I'm not getting too crazy with it, really. And like I said, I did one earlier for you. And so I'll show you the difference in the two. And then I'm going to go back. And honestly, I really think that's pretty just like that. It kind of looks sort of like how the masks kind of have some of the darker spots, right?
Darks and lights, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's pretty cool. And then if you wanted to, you could kind of go back around and add some more color. And I think right about in here, I would love to take a lighter, like that peach color, and kind of blend it even more. Because sometimes I feel like the lighter colors will blend it out even more, like make it a little bit lighter. Have you noticed that?
I have.
Yeah. So I think that's kind of cool. And so then here on the inside, I'm going to take my light Daffodil Delight, and I'm just, you know, sort of doing a once over here. And I'm also stamped that twice. And so let's see. Let me just, well, let me see. I've stamped it twice, but I would go ahead while you have your daffodil out, stamp it. Gosh, you would probably need it, what, twice, if not 3 times. And go ahead and color some extra ones. And I'll show you why here in just a moment what we're going to do with that. And then here's my dark Daffodil Delight, and just going to kind of add some color in there. And I just think that's so pretty. So pretty. And could you see this, like with, I mean, this flower is so gorgeous. I mean, with all the different colors.
Endless possibilities.
Oh, it really is. It really is. I mean, I'm excited. I've actually done some blending, and I'm going to be doing a video of myself with some blending. And I'm sure that you probably are too. And the colors are, it is endless. And as you're, you know, blending it, I would, you know, encourage you to try all kinds of different colors. Like if you want to do purples, do all kinds of different colors of purples. Don't just stick to just, you know, a couple. Experiment. That is the beauty of, you know, all of the colors that we have to create with. So isn't that bright? Isn't that pretty?
It's beautiful.
It's so pretty.
I could watch you color all day.
Oh, that's awfully sweet. Yeah. Do you like to color with the blends?
I do.
Yeah. It's fun, isn't it? I mean, I think it's
relaxing.
It is relaxing. It's kind of like cutting stuff out, because I enjoy that too. As a matter of fact, you know, for our event, I cut out like, oh my gosh, Amanda cut out a couple hundred butterflies, and I hand cut at least 120. yesterday. I cut out some on my way to pick you up from the airport. Now, I wasn't driving. Doug was driving. But he was like, what are you doing and where are all those scraps going? And I'm like, I brought a little bag and I was totally doing good.
See, you can craft anywhere.
You can. So don't let anybody tell you that you can't. Now, let me just say, if you get car sick, you might not want to cut butterflies.
A good idea.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, I am sort of working my way through, and I think that this is probably good enough. You can absolutely, remember, less is more. You can always go back in and kind of feather it out and sort of blend some of those lines, but I think that is going to work beautifully. All right, so then once you do that, remember I mentioned doing a couple extra, and so that is so you can cut these little pieces out here from the center. Of course, those pieces could also be pumpkin pie, right? So they don't have to be yellow, but that's what I went with today. Okay, so then we have dies, right? Would you mind grabbing me a die? Yeah, so that's perfect. And actually, why don't you hand me that one too? So this die is in the Thankful Garden, and it actually die cuts this piece right here. And then when you do that, you get this guy, okay? This one also in that set die cuts this flower, right? Yeah, just like that. So just to kind of show you how that works. Okay, so I've already done that for you. So let's go ahead and put our card together. And then I'll turn it over to Miss Tracy and let her show you her card design. So here we go. We are going to, so Tracy, I have to ask you, are you on Team Green Glue or?
Well, I wouldn't be a bloomin' butterfly if I wasn't, right?
But you're on, I would still love you if you're not.
I know.
I still love my Creative 8 friends, even if they're on the other team.
All adhesives have a place.
They do. Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. You're absolutely right. So that is a true story. So I am just adding my cardstock, and it looks like maybe I'm a little long at the top. So I would just trim that off here. Just trim that off with my snips or my paper trimmer. And then here we go. This piece is going to go here in the center. This is from that mini Corrugated embossing folder. Gosh, I remember when we had the crimper, and I loved the crimper. Oh my gosh, so this reminds me of the crimper.
It's such a fun design.
Yeah, it's super cool. And
this is much easier.
It is. And you and I are excited because we've got scrapbook pages that we've done too using this, right?
Yep.
And so I'm really excited to share those, but I really wanted to use this texture in my scrapbook page.
Beautiful.
It didn't really actually happen this time, but it's definitely something I'd like to try to incorporate in there for some texture. So I'm going to use my Stampin' Dimensionals and put these right behind my flower. And whew, I just put a lot down. And I'm going to flip that over and set that on top. And look how pretty that is. Wow. Isn't that neat when you like put it on those backgrounds and it just like pops, right? Mm-hmm. That just makes me so happy. It really, really does. It's so beautiful. And I can't wait to see what Stampin' Up! Does with it at On Stage. Because they're probably going to be using it and doing some demonstrations. So we will come home with lots of ideas and inspiration for y'all. So there you go. And then on the inside, we have one more piece. And so that's going to go here. Now, you can also die cut an extra flower if you'd like. And I'll show you the inside of my original card. So in this original card, I added another one of these die cut flowers. And I do want to point out, do you see the difference in the way that that these were colored? So they were both colored with Stampin' Blends, but they are very different, would you say? I mean, just how heavy this one is versus this one's a little bit lighter. Now the leaves are pretty much the same. And on this one, I colored all the way out to the edges, whereas this one, I kind of left some white, which I think both have its place and both are pretty. It just shows you that there's so many different ways, right? You can just have fun with it and do whatever you'd like. So this is that little inside piece. I just thought it sort of popped the flower up, brought it to life, maybe just a wee bit more, just like that. So there you go. So that's my card. Yes.
So beautiful.
Thank you so much. I'm excited about it. And did you notice these little sequins?
I did.
Yeah. So these little sequins, they were from the Stampin' Up celebration, right?
Yes.
What are they? Purple and pink
And white.
Yes, and adhesive back sequins. I loved them so much. So hopefully everybody got a pack. I love mine.
They just go with everything.
Oh, they just go with everything. They're gorgeous. And it's funny because I really favor the white ones because I think they're, I don't know, it's kind of iridescent, sort of. It's quite nice. So I'm going to go ahead and step aside. And, before I do, I have one more card I want to show you guys. And then I'm going to have Tracy show hers. So check this out. This, it was so funny because we had talked about, Tracy and I, we did not talk about the cards. And so I made my set of cards and she made hers. And we both ended up using this designer paper, which I thought was super cool. So this one, I created my background. This one, I used the Lovely Garden Designer paper. And you'll see here, I used my blends to color this flower. And I die cut some of the leaves and I used my Stampin' Blends to color the leaves, or one of them, right? To kind of highlight that. And then on the inside, I just added another flower and just went with some coordinating color to complement, the front of the card. And I think this is it, right? Yeah. So there is my, there's the envelope for this one. And this one is actually, this is the DSP, right?
It is.
Yeah. So super cool. So here, I'm going to step aside and let you show them your card that you created. How about that?
Okay.
So here, let me get my stuff out of the way real quick. So now you can get some behind the scenes switcheroo. Okay.
Switcheroo.
Yeah, some switcheroo. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
So while she's setting up there, yeah.
So you want show them your card with this paper.
Yeah. Okay, here you go.
So see, they totally different cards with the same DSP.
How cool is that?
So cool.
So cool. Go ahead.
And this is that other flower in the stamp set, the hydrangea, I think, right?
Yep, I think that's right. Yep.
And so she used the blends. Some people use the blending brushes. And for this flower, I actually did some speckling.
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 Well, that sounds pretty
fun?
cool. I'm excited to hear what speckling is.
So here I stamped a whole bunch of them and already did it. But I took my blends. So I have some dark fresh freesia. And I just used the brush end with the cap. And I just kind of flicked it.
Oh, you flicked it off the cap.
All over. And then you get these fun dots. And so I did that in the dark fresh freesia.
Okay, you got to show me that again. Show me that in the blue.
And this is the pool party, the dark pool party.
Okay.
So simple, right?
Wow, that actually, you know what? Can you bring it up a little bit higher in the camera? There you go. That is so cool. Oh my goodness. And it just like kind of speckles it and flicks on there.
And then I like how you can see all of the multicolors.
Yeah.
It's not just flat one color.
That is amazing. I actually thought you went like that.
That'd be fun too. We should try it maybe after.
Yeah, maybe after. But that is so, so fun. And so that's what you did for this piece?
That's what I did for this piece here. And then when I die cut it, there's some stems on there, right? And there we go.
There you go.
And I just fussy cut the stems off.
You just fussy cut the stems off?
Off of
off the flower.
Let's
show them the flower so that they can kind of get a visual.
So I stamped this one, the full stamp, here. And then I just fussy cut after I die cut. So the die cut will cut this whole thing. And then I just trimmed it just along those leaves.
Brilliant.
So it's just that circular part. And I did the same thing here. This is actually that DSP. It's the back side of one of the DSPs.
How cool is that?
And so I stamped it again using the fresh freesia.
I can see that now.
So I love stamping on DSP.
Okay.
And then this is that fun ribbon.
Yes, the ribbon is
in there.
Fantastic.
It's a velour ribbon. And then the inside's kind of fun
look at the inside.
Some banners, and that's just using all of the DSP that is in there.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I love this. I could see this being a background of another card.
I know.
It's gorgeous.
So many possibilities.
Nice job. You did a beautiful job. I love that.
Oh, and then here's the matching envelope.
Oh, yeah. Let's put them together. Look at that.
There you go.
That is super cool. And with a speckly. So what card do you have for us today?
I have a fun card. So I love that green DSP that was in there, and so I made a fun fold.
You did?
I did make a fun fold.
Okay,
so
well, let's see. Can you move up just a little? There you go.
There we go. So it's a tri-fold.
Ooh.
But it's so simple. And then I colored my flowers a bit different as well. So I used actually watercolor pencil.
Wow, you
and
did?
Wink of Stella.
And Wink of Stella. Oh, I can't wait to see how you did that.
Yes. So let's get started.
Beautifully blended.
So we've got our bases here.
Okay.
So you just need 2.
Okay. Oh, you need 2.
You need 2. This is Daffodil Delight. So I just folded those up.
And so those will be in the tutorial, the sizes.
Yep, all the sizes.
Okay.
And then we'll just take some.
Here you go.
You're taller than me.
I am a little taller than you, bless your heart. So I'll help keep you in the camera. It's all good.
Okay, so I just add my adhesive, green glue, of course.
Green glue, of course.
And then we'll just stick this inside.
Yeah.
And then it just folds up.
Oh, that was easy.
That was easy,
awesome.
right?
I love that.
And we have our wiggle room if we need.
Yep, and you got your base.
And then we've got our base. That's the hardest part.
Wow.
So,
okay.
Not hard at all, right?
Not hard at all.
And then we'll just put our DSPs.
Okay, that's your inside layers. Okay. That's pretty. I love to do the inside. And I love that you did it's like the panel. Like it's
the whole thing, right?
It's so pretty. You did such a beautiful job.
I love yellow. It's a
happy color.
It's so happy.
Right? Just makes you feel happy.
Happy. Yes.
And this pattern is so cool. I could see you even just doing like a black and white sentiment or something, or like even black cardstock with an embossed sentiment white or something.
This is that paper. You could fussy cut this and they make such beautiful.
So honestly, now that I think about it, you could fussy cut that center flower out and still use that piece, right?
You could, yeah.
You could, yeah.
Save your paper there.
You could, yeah. And I just happened to think of that, but.
We've got our inside layer, just some basic white.
Love it. Love it, how it all coordinates beautifully.
Right? And then I did that die cutting and have one of those.
Yep. And so that was out of the designer paper too, yeah?
It is, yeah.
And it just adds just a nice little tie-in touch,
Yeah.
Kind of brings it all together. Pretty.
And then we'll close it.
Okay.
And add this is that DSP I stamped on the other card.
Oh, that's right. On the other card. And so a lot of times I always forget, you got to check the orientation of your cardstock, right? So your leaves aren't upside down.
I know, right? Or your flowers aren't facing the other way.
Yes. Because it's a thing. It can happen.
It can happen, yes. Okay, so let's do some stamping.
Okay.
So I brought in some of that two-tone cardstock. It's becoming one of my new favorites.
Oh, and so why is it your favorite? Tell me.
Well, it is 2 colors in one, right? So you get the light of Daffodil Delight and the dark. It's a little bit thinner, so it's great for layering. And so I have Garden Green and Daffodil Delight.
So this is the two-tone as well?
It is.
Okay. Oh, it sure is. Look at that. Nice. Okay.
And so I stamped those same flowers in Garden Green on the Garden Green and Daffodil Delight.
Nice. I love it.
And then just die cut those.
Love it.
And then I think we'll do some stamping.
Okay.
So, got some basic white, and we're going to do... So different being in not your craft room, right?
I totally understand.
Wait, that's on the left in my room, or...
But you're doing such a beautiful job, and you would never know. So you're doing amazing.
Okay.
So fun.
So we're going to stamp this.
Okay.
And then let's bring in this is the Daffodil Delight watercolor pencil.
Okay.
And so I just
added some colors? Some color?
Added some color to the middle, kind of like pressing down pretty good.
Okay, fairly hard, so you can deposit quite a bit of ink or color, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then with a lighter touch, just kind of around, leaving the white around the edges. And then right now it doesn't look good, so they're probably going, what is she? Look at all those lines.
The magic is getting ready to happen. We know that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then I just took our Wink of Stella, which is one of my favorites, and I started in the middle, And this is a new one, so.
Gotta kind of squeeze it and get it out.
But do you see, you don't need water or anything. The Wink of Stella
We'll blend it out.
will blend it out.
I love that. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
And so then it kind of gives that watercolor look, right?
Oh, totally. Yeah, that's fantastic. So now does it hurt your tip or anything?
Oh, no. Then you can just go like that and it'll come right off.
Okay.
And you can add more color, if you need.
Wow, that's amazing. So you've got one that you've got done?
I've got one that I got done, but first I took the little insides.
Okay.
And I got those with black.
So that's one of the stamps in the stamp set?
It is.
Nice.
You can just stamp the centers. And then I just fussy cut that out, the two together.
You fussy cut that out?
I just fussy cut that out.
I gotcha.
And then you can use the leaves for another project.
I love that. I love that. Okay.
So now let's put it together, right?
Put it together. That's like the fun part. Right? That is the fun part, seeing how it all comes together.
The magic, right?
Yeah, so, I mean, I love that. I've never tried that with my Wink of Stella. And, I'm looking at the one that you've got there. It almost looks like you went back in and added some accent with some...
Yes, you can go back with the same watercolor pencil after if you think like it needs a little more color or...
Well done. Beautifully done. I love that. I can't wait to try it. So now we've shown mine was Stampin' Blends. Yours was watercolor pencils and Wink of Stella.
Yes.
Okay, so we're on to two different ideas.
We have more to show them.
I know we do. Pretty cool, huh?
Yes. So then this flower I just put on that middle panel.
I like how that pops off that green. That's pretty.
Pretty, right?
Yeah, very much so.
And then close it up and we'll put our green one.
So that one is, which panel is that? Oh, that's the front.
That's on the top.
Oh,
I put that one up. Oh, well.
That's okay. I mean, I think it's kind of a cool thing to show there's different ways.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because it's not, doesn't have to always be with dimensionals or popped up. And I think that's the beauty of it, right?
There's no right or wrong way.
No,
right?
There's not. And the reality of it is no one knows what it's supposed to look like, how you want it to look. Right? But nobody really knows. And so they're just excited to get a handmade card from you.
Exactly.
So I love that.
And then this I just popped right up.
Nice.
I learned that from you.
That's all. I do a lot of that. That's for sure.
And then I just added some Daffodil Delight ribbon and our sentiment. So I already tied our bow here. And so this is probably the time that I cheat.
Okay, and you use your Stampin' Seal?
A little bit, just to hold the ribbon on there.
That's a good idea, though. That's great.
It kind of holds it in place. And then we've got our sentiment here, and we'll just use those dimensionals again and put that right over.
That'd be great. And then just kind of put that over. So I'm kind of looking at how you did this. You tied it in a bow.
I did. Okay. I just tied it in like I was tying my laces, right?
Yeah.
And then just put that right over.
That's perfect.
And then, of course, our matching
envelope. You finished
envelope.
it with your matching envelope. That's so beautiful. I love
forget that, right?
No, gosh, no. And it's beautiful. I love it. And I love how, I just love how it coordinates all throughout. So just so beautiful. Like a just really pretty piece of stationery, right? Yes. And when you get a pretty envelope like that, it's like, I can't wait to open it. Like, what's on the inside?
It's not a bill. It's not an ad.
It's not a bill. It's
something
not an
fun.
Ad. It's something fun. That's for sure. So,
don't you have another card?
Oh my gosh, yeah, we've got more cards.
We've got more cards.
Yeah, we sure do. So,
shall we switch?
Yeah, okay, let's do it. Let's switch back around. So, actually, I think we were going to have you show yours, right? Since you've got a fun fold.
Well,
do you want to show me your fun fold?
I guess I can show them that, yep.
Yeah.
So here's the envelope that I think is the one that you love,
That
right?
is the one that I love with love.
With love.
Yeah, that was fantastic. And I've never thought to do it on a diagonal. I think that's so cool how you did that.
Yeah, thanks.
And that's all the stamp, right?
It's all the stamp. I love stamping envelopes.
Okay.
I think that's fun. And then here's my fun fold here. And so it just opens.
Ooh, look at that.
At a diagonal. I love doing the ripping, right? That torn
I love tearing paper.
I love tearing paper too.
Yeah.
And then all these flowers here and on the inside are those fussy cut
So you
flowers.
hand cut those out. Yeah.
All from that DSP. And that same
that's
with
awesome.
love.
I love to hand cut. I love to use my scissors and cut out different things. This is beautiful. So now, how did you do your flowers? Those are gorgeous.
So I know it's a different technique.
Okay,
right?
so tell us what tell them what that technique is.
So for that, I used our sponge daubers, and so
Do you want to step over here just a little bit?
The sponge daubers with the masks.
With the mask. So hold up. So that's. Do you have a sponge dauber over there? Okay, hang on. I'm gonna get one while you're talking. You tell them, and I'm.
Don't you love seeing where she puts stuff?
Hey, don't look. Okay, here we go. Here is a dark one, so we're not going to pretend with it. Okay, so these are our masks, and so you did what?
So I just had the image and stamped the image first, and then I just took Melon Mambo for this one and colored in the whole thing.
Okay.
Then I used the next mask with the same Melon Mambo.
I got you.
And did it again, and so it darkened it up. And I kind of like it because it gives that...
it's sort of speckly, like it...
Yeah.
Yeah? You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's kind of dotted.
It is sort of dotted.
Gives it a different look, a different texture, right?
Yeah, so. You did a fantastic job. That is gorgeous. And so, Tracy, the this fun fold looks hard. Is it hard?
It's easy.
It's easy. And so you have a tutorial.
I do have the tutorial with all the measurements, all the steps.
And so they'll be able to download that from our tutorial pack?
They will.
Awesome. So let's show them one more time. Just look how beautiful her flower is. Do you want to, let's hold it up and let them see it up close. So this is the one, right?
Yes, this is the one. So I just stamped it actually twice, used those masks, and then you can see it's just Melon Mambo, but you can see that it's because you put it on top.
Yeah.
It gets lighter and then darker, and then I just use a little bit of the Memento in the middle with the same mask.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Well, beautiful job. I just think that is absolutely gorgeous. And it's funny because I have a card that I did using that exact same paper. Although, you know, it's not a surprise.
And we didn't even coordinate it, right?
We didn't coordinate it.
But they go so well together.
But they do, and it's no surprise. It is the same paper, but we really picked a lot of the same things, which I think is pretty cool, right? And that we had a different spin. So we've done Stampin' Blends, we've done Wink Estella and watercolor pencils, and we've done sponge daubers.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay, so then this one is not a surprise because you've definitely hand cut out flowers. But I love to do that too. So let me show you this one. So this one is my take with that same designer series paper that she used. And I just cut those flowers out, hand cut them out as well. And then on the inside, I added the corrugated embossing folder for the inside. A lot of times you see it on the outside. So I thought that was kind of a cool touch, right? And then, so much fun. And then I did the two-tone sentiment. In this case, I stamped it flat in green, garden green, and then cleaned it, stamped it again in the thankful, and just kind of decoratively cut that piece out. I didn't add any gems yet, but of course you certainly can do that. And then I added a bit of designer series paper to complement. So I went with the green. If you want to hand me your card, just kind of showing them a couple different ways here. Check that out. So isn't that fun? I mean, so it's a different look. It's a different fold, but there's just so many possibilities with it, right?
It is. And that paper has so many colors in it.
Yes.
That you could
It's gorgeous.
do anything.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So I'm going to let you gather up the cards. I've got one more card to show them that I created for another event. So I'll let you grab up the ones that we've done. And I'm just going to show them this card that we did, that I did for another group for the California wildfires. And so here I did You Make a Difference. And I hand cut my flowers out, and it's just kind of a fun fold. Here I did the corrugated embossing folder on the inside, the same sort of look as the other one, except I added a pink flower here, and then finished it off with some, something decorative on the flap as well. So just really, really fun. So how about we set out all of these cards? Look at these beautiful cards. Oh my goodness gracious. Lots of ideas. Oh yeah, look at that one too. Oh my gosh. Holy wow. Oh my gosh. What do you think, Tracy? I think we need a thumbs up.
We need a thumbs up. I agree.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
So much crafty fun there.
That is so much crafty fun there. And I think we've given, our friends lots of different ideas and how to use this set. And what I'm really excited about too is we've also got blending videos coming too. So that's just another way to do it. And I forgot to mention the speckling that you did on your the purple one here. So you did the speckling with the marker.
Yeah.
So we showed them 4 ways at least of different ways to use it other than the blending, right, with the blending brushes. So really, really fun. So we hope that you'll visit, BrandysCards.com. You'll visit
StampinQueenBee.com.
StampinQueenBee.com. It'll be in the description of the video. So make sure that you go, and it'll also be in my blog post and also in Tracy's. So you can go and you find our links to both places. Make sure you download your tutorial. We'd love for you to save it, put it in your idea and inspiration book, and refer back to it. So we'd love that. And if you have any questions, reach out to us.
Absolutely.
We'd love to help you, right?
We would.
Awesome. Well, Tracy, this has been a lot of fun, and I'm so honored to have you here. And I hope that we continue to do more videos together.
Yes. So much fun. So much fun. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. All right, everybody. Take care. Bye, y'all. Oh my gosh, that was fun.
That was fun.
You did so good.
Thank you.
So fun. Oh my gosh. Wow.
In the studio. In the real studio.
In the studio. Oh my gosh. Wow. Gosh, it's like, so how was it like being in my spot and having a different orientation? Were you just
you're like, where's my stuff? Where's my stuff?
Where is it? Yeah.
Right.
But you did really good.
It's kind of like fun to be in your studio.
Yeah. Because you're like something different.
Because it's different and it's fun and it's yours.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Who wouldn't want to stamp
I'm glad.
in Brandy's studio?
Well, I'm excited to come to your studio and stamp in your studio because on Backstage, our leadership event will be in Vegas, right?
Yeah.
So
we'll have so much fun.
That'll be awesome for sure. Yeah. So this blew me away. I've never seen that before.
It's a fun technique, right?
Yeah.
You don't even need water.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Blends it all out.
And the whole flicky thing, I have never seen anybody do that.
I love that.
You are amazing.
My favorite.
Super, super cool. So